Hey you guys, what's going on everyone? Welcome to my channel. My name is Kiara. Welcome back to my tribe. So I hope this video is coming through halfway better. I hope it's coming through okay. So I wanted to come today. I was in a group earlier. I was reading some comments in a surgical tech group that I'm in. And something was brought to my attention, so I had to come make a video on it. And it was pretty much someone asking if a contract was a good contract or not. And so as I'm reading through the comments, I read the actual comment, and it was a pretty long excuse me, comment. I'll try to show you, but the comment was pretty long. The question, I guess. And it pretty much boiled down to, like I said, I wanted to know if the contract was good. So I'm gonna read some of this to you, just so you can have some type of understanding of what this is about. It says, "Is this a good contract?" And the person who posted it said no. But the first thing I noticed was how long it was. Right? Like, can y'all see that? So look at this. This is really long. Like, this is a pretty long. They posted pretty much. I don't know if they posted the whole contract or if they posted. I don't know what I'm pretty sure they posted a lot of the contracts. So it says you'll be compensated at a regular base rate of $15 an hour. Hours worked, and it says 40 regular hours in a week will be paid at the rate of $40 an hour. All hours must be approved by the supervisor. So I'm assuming they copied this. It says you will be scheduled for 3 12-hour rotating shifts from 6:45 p.m. to 7:15 a.m. as an OB tech. It says if you're approved in a charge capacity or role, which charge would be like the charge nurse. So this wouldn't be for a tech, from what I can understand. It says you'll be compensated an extra 75 cents per hour. If you work off duty on call, you will be compensated $3 an hour. So they give you $3 for being on call, right? And then it says your callback rate will be $40 an hour for each hour worked after returning to the facility. You're eligible to receive a daily per diem meal and incidental stipend of $13.71. It says use your reported shift on your time card this and verify your eligibility for per diem this week. For the first 3 shifts worked in a week, you'll be eligible for $31.99 per shift, which is $2.33 per day, right? Let me make sure I'm reading this right. Per shift, $96 a week. It says any qualifying holidays will be paid at the rate of $40 an hour. Holiday hours are defined by the agreement between the client and the agency, only one premium rate. And then it has, for example, overtime, holidays, and callbacks. So they're not going to give you both. So you won't get overtime for a holiday if you get called in. You just don't get, according to this, you'll get the highest one. So if hours worked qualify for more than one rate, you'll be paid the highest applicable rate for the hours worked. And it has to be approved. So it says you will also, it also says you'll be reimbursed by, sorry guys. It says you'll be reimbursed for relocation costs up to a maximum of $200. Any request for reimbursement should be requested to, they put like X and Z in here so they wouldn't have to, I guess, identify the companies, the client or the agency. in a timely fashion with appropriate supporting documentation. If you do not complete your assignment for any reason, you will be only reimbursed for necessary and actual expenses incurred to the extent required by law. You're eligible to receive a daily per diem housing rate a housing stipend of $20.58. Your reporting time required to access and verify your eligibility for this per diem. For the first 3 shifts worked in the week, you'll be eligible for $48.02 per shift, up to a maximum of $144 per week. So I'm gonna just say the first thing that I noticed was the $15 an hour. When I first started traveling, I remember before I even took an assignment, I was talking to different recruiters. And because there's so many agencies out, you don't really know who to go with. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to. I'm not going to mess with it. My green screen is messing up a little bit. But if I start messing with it, hold on. Let me try to adjust my fade a little bit. Is that the right way? Hold on. I might be going the wrong way. Okay. I think that's okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so $15. When I first started working, I was talking to different recruiters, and because there's so many agencies in it, like you won't even know all of the names of them, but the smaller ones have they do this, they drop your hourly rate down, so what you'll be taxed on, they drop it as low as they can go. Now, I had a recruiter drop my hourly rate all the way down to $10 an hour. And the problem with that is the IRS knows that surgical techs make more than $15 an hour. So even if you do accept this contract, and let's just say you get audited because it's a red flag comes up, the company is not liable. Like at that point, you become liable. So yeah, that's the thing. And so be careful with that. So what I would do looking at these contracts, I would make sure it would be somewhere like at least you can do $15 an hour, but you don't want to get audited. Like it would be still fraud. Like it's still fraud if you get caught doing this. And it won't be fraud on the company's part, it's gonna be fraud on your part. Because you're the one that's gonna work the hours, you're the one that's going to send be report, the IRS is gonna be receiving your information. So you're gonna be held responsible. So when I was telling you earlier, when I first started doing it, when I first started traveling, I told another recruiter about the contract that I was offered. And she told me straight up, like, you can do this, and you'll make more money. See, the hourly rate is what you're going to be taxed on. So most people want to get their hourly rate lower and then have their housing stipend higher so that they can not be taxed, on, because the housing stipend is tax free. So if you say, okay, well, bring my base pay down to $10, and then you add that $10 onto my housing stipend is not taxed. So right now it would look like you're only being charged with or being taxed on your base pay. But like I said, the IRS already knows what the average surgical tech is making. So you don't want to put yourself in a position when it comes down to these contracts. Also, as I'm reading through this contract, what I noticed is that you'll be working 3/12s, and in order to get overtime, you hit 40 hours. Sorry, guys. You have to hit 40 hours. And you cannot I'm so sorry. You cannot, at 3/12s, that's not 40 hours. 3/12 is 36 hours. So in order for you to even get to the overtime, you're going to have to work an additional 4 hours to even qualify for the 40. Is there the base time rate after 40 hours is $40 an hour, right? So you'll go from your base pay of $15 an hour. You'll start at $15 an hour, right? And then you'll go after 40 hours, you'll go to $40 an hour. After 40 hours, right? I'm just writing it so I'll keep track of what I got because it's a lot on here. All right, so that means you're 4 hours short of hitting overtime, which you could probably get the overtime. You could probably do that. You could probably do those other 4 hours. So really, you'll be working 40 hours at 15. Yeah, 40 hours at $15 an hour. All right, and so what is that? Let's do some quick math because that sounds like garbage. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. Like, even if I say all of this other stuff, your girl ain't working for $15 an hour, and I would advise you to not. I don't care what all of this other stuff I'm finna read. That don't make no difference. But we gonna go with the $40 an hour. That's $600 a week, and you're gonna get taxed on that. So, okay. Now that we got that established, we're not gonna hit overtime yet. We just gonna keep it at a minimum of 40 hours. And so that's at least that's 3/12 plus another like 4 hours. So that's 4 days just to even, hit the 40 hours. But even if you don't do the 40 hours, let's just see what 36. So if you hit 40 hours, that's 600. If you work your scheduled shift, which is the 3/12, which is 36 hours, that's 500. They really tried it. That's $540 for 36 hours. This can't be like no real contract. Like, whoever came up with this contract was like, so okay, let me keep going. So you're not gonna be doing charge. Okay, so they already say $3 to be on call. It doesn't say how much call is required on here. But if it's gonna give you $3 just to be on call, but you'll get $40 if they have to call you back in for every hour that you work. Now, what I'm gonna tell y'all and what I've learned is that these people, if you on a contract, they typically not gonna. Well, it's a shortage right now, but they typically not gonna want to call you back in or have you work overtime because it's gonna cost the facility so much, right? So let me keep reading. It says you're also eligible to receive daily per diem meals and incidental stipend of $13.71. Let me read this again. Daily. Okay, yeah. Use your reported shift on your time card to access. So they also saying that you only get in the stipend from what I'm for the days that you're working. Right? So if you work 3 days, you'll get the $13.71. So for a regular shift, $13.71. We just gonna do the math. Times 3. That's $41. And that's your what did I just say? That's the per diem meal. Per diem. I'm just writing it so I can keep it together, y'all. Okay. So right now, if you don't do 40 hours, you're at $581. Okay. A week. All right. So let's keep going here. It says the reported time card to assess and verify your eligibility for this per diem. For the first 3 shifts worked in the week, you'll be eligible to receive $31.99 per shift up to a maximum of $96. That's the meal stipend, up to $96. But it's saying you have to use your time card to verify it. So you use your time card and you only get the stipend for the time for the days that you work. Yeah. Okay, if you work those days, I'm just making sure I'm reading it. You're eligible to receive a daily per diem meal and incident stipend of $13.71. Uses your reported shifts on your time card to access and verify your eligibility for this per diem. For this first 3 shifts worked in a week, you were eligible for $31. And so the first week you could earn, this is some craziness. So normally, let's just say it's not the first week, right? The first week, let's do that math. So $31.99 times 3 is okay. So that's the $96 that they're saying. So we'll add the $96 to the $540, right? Yeah, let's do that. This the first week, because the second week is gonna change. The first week is $96 plus $540. That's $630. That's the second week. Okay, so the first week you get $636 with your base pay and with your meal stipend, and the meal stipend is $31.99 for the first week up to $96. If you do the math, $31.99 times 3, it ends up being, it was like $95. What did it say? It was like $95 and some change. Oh. $95.97. So that's the $96. So that's for the first week. The second week is when you would make $540 for 36 weeks plus $41 for per diem. Right? Okay. Any qualifying holidays hours work will be paid at a rate of $40 an hour, I'm assuming. Holiday hours are defined by the agreement between the client and the agency. Only one premium rate. So you will not receive overtime, holiday, and callback pay. I think I said that right. You will not get all 3 of those together. You only will receive the one that is, I get it said earlier, the one that is the most. Let me read it. Well, okay, overtime, holidays, callback at that time. If hours were qualified for more than one rate, you will be paid the highest applicable rate for hours worked, and has been pre-approved. It says X has pre-approved the following. So X, what I just said was the company, right? Oh, is y'all seeing this? I think, am I sharing? I'm not sharing good. Okay, so X has approved the reimbursement of, it says you will be reimbursed by Z, which is, I'm assuming, the agency or the company. Yeah, the company. So X has to be the agency and Z has to be the facility. So it says you will be, or maybe I'm reading it wrong, but either way, it says you will be reimbursed by Z for relocation costs to the assignment up to a maximum of $200. I mean, how you gonna get there with $200? That's crazy. Any request for reimbursement should be submitted to X in a timely fashion with appropriate supporting documentation. If you do not complete the assignment for any reason, you will be only reimbursed for necessary and actual expenses occurred in the intent required by law. Like if you leave, they probably gonna take some of that $200 back. You're eligible to receive a daily per diem housing rate in the housing of $20.50. X uses your reported shifts on your time card to assess and verify your eligibility for this per diem. This is crazy. This is crazy. So $20 for 3 shifts because they only letting you qualify for the meal stipend and the housing stipend based off of the shifts you work. And if you only work in 3 shifts, they're gonna pay you to live in some place times 3, $61.74. You can't even get no room for 60 for a day. Like, where you gonna be sleeping at? $61. That other one was meal. This is housing. 61.74. That's for 3 days. Because they're saying and I'm in this Facebook group. What is this group called? Let me see. Travel Surgical Tech Job Boards, Travelers and Recruiters. So that's where I'm reading a post from there right now, and I'm breaking it down to make it make sense, and it don't make sense because it ain't making no money. You ain't making no money doing this. So let's go back to the first week. Hold on, let me finish reading. It says you're eligible to receive a daily per diem housing stipend of $20.58. X uses your reported shifts on your time card to assess and verify your eligibility. For the first 3 shifts worked in a week, you'll be eligible for $2 per shift up to $144 weekly. So let's do that math. So if you work 3 shifts, this is for the first week. Now, let me just be clear because it's the first week. This is crazy. Don't take this contract. This is not a good contract. $48 times 3, that's $144. So they even do the math for you. It says maximum. Okay, so they really owe you 6 cents because it says maximum of $144. And so $48.02 times 3 is $144.06. So that's all you would get for the first week for housing. The second week, it goes down to the $61.74 because they're verifying, or you're only eligible for this stipend for the days that you work, pretty much is what they're saying. So for the first week, you would get, let's do 144 over here first. So we're going to add 144 to 636. So the 636 I got because when I did it's 36 hours at $15 an hour, and you would receive $540. But the first week for your meal stipend, they're going to give you $96. So that brings our 540 up to 636. That's just with meals. So if we add the housing in, let's put this 636 plus 144 That's $780 the first week. $780 first week. After that, it goes down to like your regular. So $540 plus $41 plus $61.74. So after the first week, so on the second week, you'll get a whopping $642.74 for 3 days. So let's do the math then. Let's do that. I erased it. What did I put? Okay, so 540 plus 41 plus 61.74. That's $642.74. So we're gonna divide that by 3. So you'll be making $214 a day for 3 days. That ain't worth it, y'all. Like, I ain't gonna even be lying. I ain't gonna lie to you. That ain't worth it. It ain't worth my. And then they only gonna give you $2 to the location. So where you going for $200? Like, let me know. Cause I can't even get to Miami. Well, I might get Miami for $200. But it's like, where are you going? So yeah, that was just the breakdown of this little contract that I read. So I'm gonna read some of the comments because that was just the actual post. I should say that was the post. Can y'all see that? That was this post. That person right there, she posted it, and so I just read that to y'all. Okay. So now let's get into what these comments say. It's 42 comments. I might read them all. I might not. We'll see what they say. One of the commenters say way too many words in this contract when it comes down to how they'll pay you, find a new company. Someone else says no good. You're working 3/12s and they won't pay overtime until after 40 hours. We talked about that. So you'll be giving them 4 hours at your regular rate. Wait a minute, 4 hours at your regular, after you work your scheduled 36. The overtime and callback rate also should be more. I agree. On contracts, I've seen callback rates at $5. So I agree. Their callback rate is $3. Overtime, when I was here, overtime in California, my overtime was like, on one contract, it was like, I think it was like $50 something and like $55, and on another one it was $100. So yeah. Okay, laugh out loud. Another commenter says, laugh out loud. Okay, wait, just because I want to entertain this fuckery. So your first 3 days is $31.99 per shift, but you're eligible for $48 for the first 3 days, which really means that you aren't getting it. I think per shift. Did I read it right? I hope I read that right. Let me see. Yeah, per shift. Yeah, she right. Go back. Let me go back, y'all. I gotta find it again because I just went too far. How do I? Now watch. Oh, is this it? Okay, let me go back to the. Let me find that post again. Okay, here it is. Okay. So yeah. Wouldn't get off the couch for that, someone says. Someone else says, I wouldn't even have the bed to read this. Someone else says, I stopped at $15 an hour. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Shamika. So what's a good contract? How will I know if the contract is good? Well, the first thing, post this. Let me put this up here on the screen. The first thing I would do is what this person did. You could ask people, just ask other people, ask other travelers what, and that's pretty much what this person did. we can run the numbers. If you get a contract, just add somebody before you accept it. Add somebody that's done it before. Also, there is a, hold on, let me go to this. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to try to share my screen. I'm going to show y'all these per diem. It's a website. So let me see. Can y'all see this? Okay. It should be showing y'all while I'm looking at a.gov. And this is for all travelers. So you could come in. Let's come to Florida. Let's see what they're talking about in Florida. We'll even get specific. We'll go to Jacksonville. What is that? Is that for a zip code? Oh, it is. In Jacksonville. Okay. While that's low, and I'm gonna read this other comment. It says, "Run fast and far." Okay. So the standard. Okay, so that's all. And I guess, hold on, let me read this. Cities are not appearing below. Okay. So St. John's is at St. Augustine, as y'all can clearly see. Let's come over here. So they like rat on the, wait a minute, day of travel. So yeah. Okay. $61. So they breaking it down. First and last day of travel. What that mean? This column lists the amount federal employees receive for the first and last calendar day of travel. The first and last day of travel is yeah. Look, I'm just reading this. I'm just trying to make sure I understand. Let's read this real quick. So it looked like if you want to get, most of the places I worked 5 days ago. I don't know how it works if you only work in 36. I don't know how that would work. As far as, because this look like it's saying that this, you have to get it per the day that you work, this location where you'll be working. But if you out of your city, if you out of the city that you live in, your permanent city, then you would still be traveling. Like you would still be on travel, even if you only work 3 days a week. So that's how I would see it. If you traveled away from your home, even if you only work in 36 hours, you should still get paid if you're there. If you're there. I don't know what this first and last day of travel mean. This table is fully, this table listed the full daily amount for a single calendar day of travel when that day is the first. Okay, so oh, okay, that's something different. All right, let me come back. I'm gonna start sharing. All right, guys, let me see. Lucky if you never ever. What is it? So I shouldn't expect. Oh, so I shouldn't expect nothing. Per hour. So I should. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm understanding what you asked me. What key if you're ever in New York? Look me up and for that. Oh, I will. And then it says, so I shouldn't expect nothing less than $55 per hour. That was what I was about. The $55 per hour was what I would make in overtime for it to be like on my that's on my taxable side. So okay, we're talking about two different like pays, because you got a base pay and then you got a base pay and then you have the overtime pay. So the base pay I've seen base pay at like $21 an hour, 22. But if you go too low, you will run the risk of getting audited, because IRS already knows that if you're working in a surgical tech capacity or whatever profession you're working in, they know what the average rate is. So what people try to do is they try to get the hourly rate as low as possible, and then take that hourly and put it over into the housing stipend or to the meal stipend. And what that'll do is that will make it tax free for you, because they don't tax. You're not taxed on your housing and your meal stipend. But I haven't seen it to where the overtime was $40 an hour. Like on this track that we're looking at, they're saying that the overtime is $40 an hour. And that is not enough. Even though it seems like it would be enough, but it's not. So one of the companies, I don't know if I'll be able to pull it up. Let me try to real quick. See if I can get into my email. I'm gonna try to get into my email, and then maybe I can kind of show you guys what I'm talking about a little bit better. As far as, I don't have a contract, but I like the hourly rate. And when you looking at hourly rates, that's what you're going to be taxed on. That, so you do want it low, but you don't want it so low that it's going to send up a red flag. Because if you get audited, it's on you, not on the company. Like, you could probably go back and try to sue them and all of that stuff, but you have to pay attention to what they're actually what you're reporting, what is being reported on you as far as your income tax go. So yeah, a few more of these. Or my internet doesn't want to come up. So it says this is absolutely horrific, from someone named Leslie. It says, I don't know who this is, but I would run a mess and never work for this company again. I mean, do not even entertain them, though. I guess that's what she meant. I've never ever worked in L&D for such a low rate. No, that's what she said. Is this? Let me see. I thought I might have known who this was, but maybe not. It says, it says, I've never traveled, but even just reading this says, let me figure out which line in this contract allows me to apply to the lowest rate possible you get paid. Speaking for myself, I wouldn't even entertain this contract. Joe reads like Fusion staffing contract where your recruiter feels like a used car salesman. I don't know who Fusion is, but Sarah says not to go with Fusion. So be careful. So someone on here named Matt, and I'm assuming is a recruiter. It says that per diem is way off. The reason hourly rate should be that low is if you're getting a maxed out per diem and they are paying the difference in taxable income. So that's what I was saying. So if you're gonna go that low, if they're gonna go that low, which is questionable for them to be trying to pay $15 an hour taxable, then you should be getting a lot on the housing and the meal stipend. And they not doing it. So they keeping the money. Look like it. They just keeping the money. Yeah, he says, for example, the weekly per diem I offer, which is his company, so he is a recruiter or something like that. He says, for example, the weekly per diem I offer is usually $1,057 per week, or 27. So he does his by the hour. His per diem. Let me Okay, no, it's not by the hour. A minute. I offer is usually $1,000, $1,057 a week, or $26.42 an hour based on a 40-hour work week. So okay, he put his meal stipend, or his per diem, I should say, into his hourly. So when you look at it, you'll be making $26.42 an hour, but you won't be taxed at that. So let me see what his look like. So 26 times 40 is okay. Oh yeah, so he giving you the 20. He's giving 26.42 per hour as a meal stipend. So that compared to this other one, they only give you, what is it, 30. Let me come back up here and read it. What you think about this? You can't work. Let me see. What do you think? Oh, I'm trying to put it on the screen. So yeah, like this company, whoever this company is, you guys, you gotta be careful because they're only giving it to you per shift. What Matt is saying that he gives $26 per hour for his meal stipend. So what do you think about, as in the state of CT, I heard you can't work as a surgical tech. I know in Colorado, I know that's Connecticut, but I don't know about work as a surgical tech. I heard you can't work as a surgical tech and an LPN. I don't know about that. I haven't been to Connecticut before, and I have not looked at Connecticut to even think about it. But I know in Colorado that you have to have a DORA license to work there. I want to do both in the state of. I heard surgical techs trump LPN. I know surgical techs and LPN got the same amount of money in most places. When you speaking on LPNs, though, they push med, they can pass out meds and stuff, and surgical techs don't do that. So I think it just depends on what it is that you want to do. I don't care to do patient care. I don't care to pass out meds or anything like that. So I don't want to do no bedside, nothing. So to me, LPN, unless you want to go be like LPN wouldn't really be something that I would pursue. But if you want to actually ultimately be like an OR nurse, then you should, I guess you could look into it. But as far as which one, they're two different. They're two different careers. So they have two different scope of practices. So it's two different, it's different, but I do know that we make about the same amount of money. Let me see. Oh, I was reading it. So yeah, Matt on here, the guy that I was just reading his comment, he does $26 an hour per diem versus whatever per day. Like this contract is crap. I don't know who came to this contract, but I hope they can. It says, well, I guess it's per diem in the bad because he said based on a 40-hour work week, even that could go higher based on the federal per diem calculator that GSA puts out. So we just looked at GSA. I'm curious. DORA is DORA. DORA. And that's a license that they require for you to have if you're traveling in Colorado. I think it's Colorado. Yeah. It's Colorado. So you have to have that, and if you travel to Colorado, and that looks like it says is a DORA is the state umbrella regulator charging and registration of multiple professions and businesses implementing balanced regulations for Colorado industries and protecting consumers. So that's what that is. Yeah, they just pretty much make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing, traveling to Colorado. So yeah, let me pull up my let me pull up my email real quick. I'm just trying to find some contracts I could share with you guys so you can see the difference between like the hourly rates. Just so I can give you an idea of what hourly rates people are offering. Key, I also do CNN. Oh yeah, are you're in New York? Yeah. So yeah, yeah, in New York you're gonna make that. Like if you're a tech in Florida, you're gonna like when I want to say when I stopped scrubbing and flew as a staffer, like even PRN or anything like that, I was around the $26 in that range. So that's why I mean, it's not really worth it, but the rates are going up for sure. So, especially with people not wanting to really, go to work right now. I'm trying to find, dang, where's my emails? I'm trying to find the email. Let me look up her name. Hold on. I'm gonna look up the recruiter. There she go. Okay. When she sent me this one. So this one from 2 days ago. And let me find a tech one. Man, I overlooked them. Okay, here go one. So in Bakerfield, California, is that Bakerfield, California? So yeah, $31 an hour, and that's gonna be taxable. That's gonna be taxable. Well, hold on, maybe not, because let me see how she got this. It says payable. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And Connecticut. So you in both places. Yeah, you gonna probably make that up there because the cost of living so much higher. Down here in Florida, I mean, the cost of living is not really that, drastic. Especially, well, in Jacksonville, because when you get to South Florida, like Miami and all that, it kind of go up again down there. Santa Rosa, I want to ask her. Oh wow, Santa Rosa offering like $3,000, but they want you to work 48 hours. So that's another thing that I've been noticing on these contracts is that some of them have a higher hour, like they want you to work more hours, and so that's something that you can choose to do if it's worth it for you. But 48 hours is a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot. So let's do 3,000 divided by 48 hours. That's $62 an hour. Yeah, that's probably including their stipends. I'm pretty sure. That's including their stipends. Okay. That's Dora. So yeah, what time is it? Okay. So I think I'm done. Let me finish reading a few more of these. Let me see a few more of these. I'm almost done, y'all. Where'd it go? I always keep losing stuff. So, okay. Travel. There you go. Crazy. I lost. Oh, here you go. I need a couple more, and then I'm going to wrap this up. They told Matt that was terrible. They told Matt that was a terrible per diem. Please explain. I'm a first time traveler. What makes this contract be a red flag for me? What minimum hours should I take per week? Definitely not $15. Absolutely not. Yeah, this is hot garbage. This agent is looking to make a fortune in this contract since it's for OB. Man, let's read this. Too confusing. That somebody else said, hell no. All right, so that's all I got, y'all, in this video. I'm gonna start doing. I got a couple of little ideas floating through my head as far as content. Did you just? My dog just like passed like oh so bad. So yeah, I got some more ideas. I'll be doing some of these like comment reviews and just sharing my take on it. I'm reading some of these things right here. It says, "What an experience." Oh, she went to Alaska. Oh wow, yeah, no, thank you. She went to Alaska for 2 years. Okay, new to traveling. Any jobs in Denver? A labor traveling tech. Okay. All right, so I guess that's all. Um, that's all I got for now. I'll come back. I want to play a game later. So where is this hair go? Does this way? Yeah. Game. I'm gonna come back with a game maybe later today or tomorrow when I go live. I'll be going live a little bit of summer. I'm a little more available now since my son is visiting his dad. So yeah. So anyways, I'll come back and we're gonna play a game. I want to play a game. So we're gonna see how that go. Hopefully my internet like continue to work. Yeah, because it's raining here. It's been raining here for the last couple of days, and for some reason Comcast just doesn't think we need to work in the rain, so it slows all the way down. Xfinity, whatever you want to call them. You guys, so if y'all don't have no questions, I'll wait for a half a second if somebody has anything that they want to add or any questions. And then if I don't see anything, then I'm gonna wrap this thing here up. I probably won't be set up last time because I don't know how I feel about the green screen. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna take it off. The only reason I had it on is because we on this wall and this wall is all green. So I'm probably gonna move my setup, not this setup, because this is my son gaming situation right here, but I'll probably move it or do something different. But I do want to play a game with y'all later, so try to turn your if you don't have your post notifications on, just turn them on so we can play a game. I'm gonna probably do a giveaway, but it'll probably just be like a gift card or something to somewhere that y'all want. So anyways, you guys, that's all I got for you in this video since nobody is saying anything. Thank you, Shamika, for joining me. If I am in New York, I will hit you up for sure. We should try to do like a meetup. And I know that it's some people do the conference. So, y'all might get to see me there. Who knows? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.